I'm getting emotional because there are people right now, young people who are being disempowered. And it hurts me because like I know we all have the power to create our own realities. But because we have systems, like I know that like we're headed to a great direction. Like I trust that this is a a role we set where everyone get to reclaim their personal powers. But we're gonna need guidance, we're gonna need support. Like being 100% vulnerable with you guys, I am scared. Like I am legit concerned about where the future of humanity is headed. And I say this because last night I was listening to a podcast. Good morning, Stephanie. I was listening to a podcast and the host brought up about Lady Gaga. And if you guys, any of you here are a fan of Lady Gaga, I'm not bashing you at all, like just to let you know. But we have people across the globe right now who are idolizing and worshipping celebrities and people like Lady Gaga. And if you go onto her Instagram right now and just look at all the posts that she makes, there was one of them, and I'm sure you guys heard of this before on the mainstream media news. Like she wore a meat suit made up of chunks of flesh out in public, and that was okay. And I'm not saying like it's not okay for people to have like unique taste or style. Like that's not what I'm saying at all. But like look at the bigger picture. We have young kids looking up to these celebrities, idolizing them, thinking that unless I look like her, unless I dress like her, unless I do what she does, then I'm not good enough. Then I am not worthy, right? We have been giving our personal powers away from the moment that we were born because we are idolizing others like celebrities like Lady Gaga. And the fact that she has millions and millions of followers, like just go on to her Instagram right now. And if you guys don't know about the deeper truths to everything, I'm someone who always see like through multiple layers deep when I look at something. I don't just look at the surface level for what it is. Like I can see layers and layers deeper in terms of its meanings and all of that stuff. And if you carefully pay attention, all of her posts, she has posts where she's half human, half AI, and that's pre-programming us to think that that's the future. AI technology, if you guys don't know that, it's slowly taking over our lives. And when we have like Lady Gaga, people who have like millions and millions of followers going out there, and these people are liking her pictures, and that means they are like in a way that their minds are being receiving all of those downloads like subconsciously that we're not paying attention to. And especially younger kids, their subconscious programmings are still prime to be solidified, and they are looking up to people like Lady Gaga. Yet on the other hand, we have teachers and spiritual teachers who teach how to cultivate compassion, love, forgiveness, peace, inner peace, reclaiming our personal powers. Like they don't get any attention. That is scary, guys. Like that is so scary. And I touched about this yesterday a little bit while I did my Ask Miko Anything Facebook Live. I had to keep it short because I was driving on the highway, but I mentioned something about how my parents being one of my biggest spiritual teachers when it comes to compassion and forgiveness. But really, on a deeper level, they are my daily reminders for why I do what I do. Every single day, it pains my heart to see them burying their faces on the iPhones, on the iPads, like 24/7. And I'm talking about 24/7 because they literally bring the iPads with them, turn on a show, turn on something on Netflix or YouTube, and go to bed with that. If you guys understand the power of your subconscious mind when you're asleep, That's programming all these bullshit into your mind while you're sleeping. And that's what they do every day. And it just hurts me to see how much they are wasting the life force away. They're just wasting the life away. And it's not by choice. It's not by choice. Because their whole life, they've been programmed to be so disempowered, to think that they don't have what it takes to create the abundance that they want, to create the life that they want. Like literally, my mom thinks that abundance and wealth was predestined to a specific group of people on this planet, and she's not one of them. So that's why she doesn't go out and create the things that she loves to do. And like so many times, like I always encourage and I want to empower her to go after, like, you know, cultivate some new interests. But she always tell herself, like, she stopped herself right before she even gets started. She say things like, I'm too old for this, like it's impossible. Like, catch yourself, guys. Like, how many times do you also tell yourself these kind of things? You stop yourself before you even get started. You tell yourself like it's impossible. It's not gonna work before you even give it a try. And these are the programmings that were built into her, built into my parents from a very young age on. And now they are numbing the pain, they're numbing the unfulfillment, the void in the hearts through distractions like YouTube, Netflix, unhealthy food, sleeping, all of those things that are just wasting the life away. And we also see, like, I also see them lashing out on each other throughout the day from the smallest thing ever. That's because they have pain inside. When we have pain in our hearts, when we have like a sense of unfulfillment, we are going to engage in toxic behaviors externally to try to make up for that void in our hearts. And if we are truly happy, if we're truly fulfilled within, we would never behave like in such toxic behaviors like drinking alcohol, taking drugs, or hurting other people. We would never do that. We would just never do that, right? So it's just like, I wish my parents had someone, a mentor or resource, like at a very early age on, to tell them like, I'm getting emotional, guys. I'm getting emotional because there are people right now, young people, who are being disempowered. And it hurts me because like I know we all have the power to create our own realities. But because we have systems, like I know that like we're headed to a great direction. Like I trust that this is a road we set where everyone get to reclaim their personal powers. But we're gonna need guidance, we're gonna need support. Like if we have these young kids being mind controlled, being like following, idolizing, worshiping celebrities like Lady Gaga, they are gonna be, their powers are just being stripped away. And for me, like I see a vision of this planet where we are driven by love and we're not driven by fear, and we all just get to feel this total happiness and joy and fulfillment that's available to everyone, like abundance and well-being. We have systems in place, guys, from thousands and thousands of years in the past, like before you were even born, before even your parents were born. There were systems that were put into place to disempower you, including public schools, where they get the fundings. Like you gotta dive deep to understand where they're getting fundings from, right? And those people who are giving public schools fundings and money, they decide what curriculums to teach our little kids. And those curriculums are designed to disempower them from a very early age on. And then we have kids growing up seeking for love, seeking for validation, seeking for a sense of worthiness from everything outside of themselves, when all it takes is to remember the truth, to remember that just you being here, it's good enough. And when we are disempowered, we don't go after the things that we want. We don't create the life that we want. And it all starts from very, very early on. And it just hurts to see people suffering when they don't need to suffer. It hurts to see people just settling for less than because they were not taught that they have the power to create a life's destiny. And we need people like you guys. We need more compassionate and empathetic leaders, like heart-centered leaders who's gonna step up and lead. If you guys have known, like deep down, that you are here to make a difference, and you've been getting in your own way, you've been playing way too small, now is the time to stop. Like, now is the time to stop, guys. Like, if you don't step up now, I worry about the future of our humanity. Like, I really do. And I do trust that good things are gonna come out of this, because I always trust that God and love will win at the end. But is it gonna be a journey where it's gonna take years and decades for us to create a beautiful planet where everyone is driven by love and compassion? Or are we gonna have to suffer through years and years of like pain and fear and people dying only to figure out how to get there? Right? Now is your time to step up and lead. If you guys are the ones who have this gift, who have this calling in your heart, like, stop making this all about you. This has nothing to do with you. So like, if you're holding back because you're worried about what other people think of you, you're worried about like your own insecurities, you're worried about your fears, your limitations, like, cut it out. Cut it out, because it's not about you. This is about humanity as a whole. Collectively, I care about my future. I'm only 25. I care about the little kids' future, the kids who are just like at the, prime time growing up. I care about creating a future where everyone gets to live in peace, in happiness, and abundance, and well-being, and that's all available to us. We have just been programmed to think that it's not. And that's the biggest lie that you have been programmed to believe in. And that's really why, guys, I put together my 26 Days to Greatness challenge. Like, this has nothing to do with me building my business. Like, my business has nothing to do with me. I know that we are gonna need guidance and support and mentorship and tools and resources in order for us to stop getting in our own way. And inside this challenge, like, we literally have the mentorship of 36 experts who talked about things like how to stop being a people pleaser, how to stop self-sabotaging ourselves, how to stop playing way too small. They give you the tools, and we need more leaders to say yes to themselves and put themselves through this challenge so they can, like, my vision is to create an army of individuals who are gonna rise up and to help shift humanity into a direction of love, light, and peace, and well-being and abundance. Like, we're gonna need that army. Right now, we have people who's controlling our entire planet, who has a different agenda in mind. And that's why they're rolling out things like the coronavirus with the mask. Like, guys, look at what's happening right now. We have people in so much fear that they're not even thinking with the common sense. Like, I saw over the weekend when I was out and about just doing some readings outside in like public areas, and I saw this guy. He was eating fast food. First of all, he was eating fast food. He had gloves on, and he was picking up food with his glove and eating it. Like, how does that make sense? You wear a glove to prevent yourself from touching germs, but you're using the same glove to grab food and just eat it. Like, what? That's how much people are not thinking. That's how much people are letting fear overtake their common sense. And my mom yesterday just told me this. She said that she saw on the news everywhere that Taco Bell, Burger King, they're all hiring right now because people are still eating fast food. Like, we are worried about a coronavirus when a foundation is like literally made up of eggshells. Like, we are eating fast food, and then we think that putting on a mask, putting on a glove is gonna stop us from dying. That's how much common sense that globally people have. That's because people are not thinking. You guys are not thinking. And this is the same with love. Like, I want to wake us up to use our critical thinking, because the moment that you reclaim your thinking, that's when you reclaim your personal powers. So with that being said, it's been an emotional one today. I'm just really passionate about this, and I feel this deep calling that we need to rise up and to lead. Like, especially if you're compassionate, if you're empathetic, you're heart-centered, like, you're here that you want to do good, you're not driven, you're not worshiping money, you're not worshiping celebrities. Like, you are here to make a difference, and we need you to stop playing too small. We need you to stop playing too small. And I know you don't need to do this alone. And that's why I put together my 26 Days to Greatness Challenge. I'm not doing this because I want to promote for my business. It has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with me. So guys, I hope you do join us on June 1st, starting Monday with day 1. Go through the entire journey with us, because you are just going to completely transform. So that's all I want to share today, guys. Still doing my no makeup challenge. It's amazing that, like, when just by doing something small like this, it completely helped me show up even more authentically, how to step more powerfully into my truth. So I challenge you guys to do something today that your soul has been calling you, that you know deep down it's gonna take you to the next level. I want you to go do that today. Stop making excuses for it. Stop justifying why you cannot do it. Just go do it, and go sign up for my 26 Days to Greatness Challenge, because your future depends on what you do today. Your kids' future depends on what you do today. And now is a critical time. So go do that, 26daystogreatness.com, and I'll see you guys